Joe Biden has to be the dumbest man in the history. How in the hell do you give up Bagram Air Base, the most secure, technologically advanced air base in the world, and you give it to a bunch of fucking savages of all people? On top of that, you decide that it's a good idea to give a weapons cache of the most advanced military equipment that we have. Why on God's green earth would you think that that would be a good idea for any reason? Even a 6-year-old can tell you that you do not leave your toys at someone else's house. Releasing all of those prisoners is your fault, Biden, no one else's. Once you gave up Bagram, you gave up those prisoners, and you thought the Taliban was actually going to keep to their word? You are about the dumbest person. Your entire cabinet is full of incompetence and lunatics, socialists alike. You guys are destroying America one little bit at a time, and you just don't care. And I can't wrap my brain around this. Not anymore. How do you leave all of these Afghan women and children to be raped, brutalized, subjugated? All of you guys sit there, you socialists, sit there and talk about, oh, we don't want slavery, we don't want this, we're feminist, human rights activists, but you're just gonna leave all of these women and children to their fate. These fucking barbarians rape little boys and girls, sell them off, and you just gave it to them. You gave it to them, claiming civil war, it's not our problem. Yes, it is our problem. We started this, we needed to see it all the way through. Letting the Taliban be our security is the reason why we lost 13 American soldiers, God knows how many civilians, and I haven't heard a single person ask the question yet, how many U.S. citizens were inside those bombings? How many? How many U.S. citizens died of all of the, 170 people that were murdered by those pieces of shit? Exactly how many citizens that were United States green card holders, visa holders? How many? Nobody knows. The State Department won't tell you. The Pentagon has no idea. Joe Biden and all of his wisdom have no idea. Nobody is asking that question. And I'm really curious to know. How many died? This is the most unbelievable debacle in the history of the United States, in the history of foreign policy. Joe Biden, if you have any dignity or honor, you and your entire cabinet need to resign. Stop parading yourselves around talking about a victory. You don't get to claim victory on your mistake. You don't get points for cleaning up your own mess. I've even taught my children that. You don't get brownie points for cleaning your room. That's your obligation. You don't get to celebrate cleaning up a mess you created. And for any American that buys this, I don't know what to tell you. You're about as dumb as Joe Biden is. You would be the type of person that would let the Taliban secure your borders. And on top of everything, on top of all the stupidity and the misery that this administration and this Justice Department, all of these idiots in charge, on top of all this misery, yet even left the service dogs. How did you leave behind the service dogs? Even in the United States, police officer canine units, if they get injured or killed in the line of duty, that's akin to murdering an officer, hurting an officer, and you will be charged for that. So we leave even our service dogs to get murdered. Oh, and FYI, that helicopter incident where they threw the body out like Scarface, that was meant to be televised for the entire world to see. And Joe Biden, you let it happen. That was meant to show our friends and enemies that we will not protect them, that we will not do nothing. that they can hang somebody from our helicopter, ours, my tax-paying dollars and yours, and we won't do anything. What we will do, cut and run, leave our friends, our allies, our red-blooded Americans, and everybody else, we will leave them all behind because we're fucking cowards. Thank you, Joe Biden. You're an absolute